Well, hello, my name is Jim Royal. I am a huge Beatles and Elvis Presley fan and basically classic rock in general. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If you can do a thumbs up, that's always most appreciated. Feel free to leave comments. I always enjoy reading them and I do my best to try to respond in a timely manner. Today what I wanted to do is talk about what is your favorite Beatle album. What is your favorite Beatle album? How you discovered it, and why you think it's your favorite among all the other wonderful albums and music that the Beatles offered to us. I'm going to focus on the UK studio albums. You don't have to, but that's what I'm doing. Okay? And I'm going to pick right off the bat Rubber Soul. This was their sixth studio album, and it was released December of 1965. They recorded about a 2-month period. They were really pressed for time here, and I have just always loved this. Now, of the 14 songs that are on here, I believe 6 of them were from the Red Album, the 1962-66 Greatest Hits package, and that was the album where I heard those songs first. And then there was a 7th song off of here that I had heard on commercial radio done by another artist, a cover tune. And then years later I found out, hey wait, that's the Beatles. I didn't know that. And then in the early 80s, my family, they bought cassettes, and my mom bought me the Capitol version of Rubber Soul. And here in America, Capitol rearranged the songs a little bit. Sometimes they created totally different albums, like Yesterday and Today. They would take songs off, put songs on, cover tunes and so forth. I'm sorry, B-sides and things like that. So they just created their own albums. How I first heard this, though, in its entirety was 1987, when they introduced this compact disc, the CD. When they put Beatle music on CD, they said, you know, we're going to do away with the Capitol records, most of them anyway, and this is the way that we wanted to release it. And, you know, they spent a lot of time sequencing and stuff. The thing I was surprised about was George Martin, the Beatle producer. I listened to an interview recorded in the early 90s, and he had said that Rubber Soul is his favorite album. I was really surprised. I thought he would have said Sgt. Pepper. But maybe he's changed his mind at times. So why is this my favorite album among all of them? Because I'm a huge John Lennon fan, and I think John really shines on this album. I think as a writer, he really continued to mature, and some of the poetry that he was doing and things and stories on the side, he was starting to incorporate them into his songs. Became more sophisticated. They weren't just, you know, love songs anymore. You know, She Loves You, you know, I Want to Hold Your Hand. There was more. So let me give you some examples. In My Life, what an excellent tune, right? I mean, just one of the best classic Beatles songs. In My Life, there are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed. Some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places had their moments with lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I've loved them all. And I love the idea on this is a love song too, where he's talking about how he's very fond of things that came before, but he's met somebody new and he's thinking love is something new too. And even though all these people and places mean so much to him, he says, in my life, I'll love you more. And I just think that was just really excellent. Really classy tune. And I love George Martin's piano solo in there too. How about the song Girl? Here's another reason. Girl, this is, you know, what I think is just a love song as a kid, and then you read it now, you look at it a little bit older, and you're like, whoa. Girl, is there anybody going to listen to my story all about the girl who came to stay? She's the kind of girl you want so much it makes you sorry, still you don't regret a single day. And I love, when I think of all the times I've tried so hard to leave her, she will turn to me and start to cry, and she promises the earth to me, and I believe her. After all this time, I don't know why. And then she's the kind of girl who puts you down when friends are there, you feel a fool. When you say she's looking good, she acts as if it's understood she's cool. You know, talk about development, you know, and that's what I also like about that. You know, every album from the Beatles is great, but I like how they continue to innovate and experiment and improve, and also new instrumentations, new ideas. Here's another one with John's excellent writing style. This was, I don't know, kind of like a poem in many respects, but there's so much imagery in this. Norwegian wood, this bird has flown. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good, Norwegian wood? And then the next part later it says, I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, and then she said, it's time for bed. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird has flown, so I lit a fire. Isn't it good, Norwegian wood? Isn't that cool? You know, even as a kid, I pictured, you know, this room and things that he was talking about, and, you know, it was an alleged affair that he had. Just excellent writing style, you know. What else do we have on here of his? A really underrated song, The Word, which is just really good. The Word is, as he's talking about the good and the bad books that he's once read, the word is love. And it is just all encompassing love, right? Love is just an excellent, The Word is just an excellent song, and I would encourage you to listen to that if you haven't already. Another one I want to talk about with John is Nowhere Man. Nowhere Man, let me find it here in the book. He's a real nowhere man, sitting in his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Doesn't have a point of view, knows not where he's going to. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Nowhere man, please listen, you don't know what you're missing. Nowhere man, the world is at your command. He's as blind as he can be, just sees what he wants to see. Nowhere man, can you see me at all? And I love how he says, you know, how we're all making, you know, our own nowhere plans. Aren't we a bit like him? You know, and I just love the song. I've always loved it. This is one where John was trying to write a song, and he just couldn't. He fell asleep on the couch. When he woke up, this came to him. Really excellent tune. So that is some of John's examples. Let's go to Paul now. Paul starts off the album with Drive My Car. What a great tune. Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm going to be a star. Baby, you can drive my car. And baby, I love you. Beep, beep, yeah, right? Just really cool. And it's just a fun pop number. You know, that's what I wanted to say about that. I love the song Michelle. Michelle is just great. This is another love song, a very simple love song to a French girl. Doesn't speak a lot of English, he doesn't speak a lot of French, and he's just trying to basically say, to, you know, putting these words that go together well. He's singing French in here, and then I love the part. He says, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's just so much fun. And then there's a pair of songs that he wrote about Jane Asher, his girlfriend at the time. He was with her when he was a Beatle for 5 years. At one point they were even engaged. And she was an actress and sometimes would be gone different periods of time, you know, a working career lady. And of course he was in the Beatles and he was working and was gone a lot too. I love the song I'm Looking Through You, right? I'm looking through you, where did you go? I thought I knew you, what did I know? You don't look different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you, you're not the same. Your lips are moving, I cannot hear. Your voice is soothing, but the words aren't clear. You don't sound different, I've learned the game. I'm looking through you, you're not the same. Right? Just really excellent. The other song is You Won't See Me. You Won't See Me is a song that Anne Murray made popular in the 70s, and that was the version that I heard growing up. You Won't See Me is just another nice tune. Again, this is one of those where he's having some issues, you know, with the girl. When I call you up, your line's engaged. I've had enough, so act your age. We have lost the time that was so hard to find, and I will lose my mind. If you won't see me, you won't see me. I don't know why you should want to hide, but I can't get through, my hands are tied. I won't want to stay. I don't have much to say, but I can turn away. And you won't see me, you won't see me. Really nice songs. George Harrison has a pair of songs on here that are excellent. Think for Yourself and If I Needed Someone. Other really good tunes. And George had really evolved as a songwriter by this point. These songs would end up on the Best of George Harrison, which was a Capitol collection. I think you might too, where they put these two songs. Half of it was Beatles with George, and then the other half was the beginning of his solo career, but not complete. Think for Yourself. I've got a word or two to say about the things that you do. You're telling me all those lies about the good things that we can have if we close our eyes. Do what you want to do and go where you're going to. Think for yourself, because I won't be there with you. I won't be there with you, yeah. I left you far behind, the ruins of the life that you have in mind, and though you still can't see, I know your mind's made up, you're going to cause more misery. You know, I listen to these words. I mean, these guys are just really doing great. Another song, If I Needed Someone. Here's a nice one. And this was, the music was influenced from a California-based group called the Byrds, Roger McGuinn and the Byrds. If I needed someone. If I needed someone to love, you're the one that I'd be thinking of if I needed someone. If I had some more time to spend, then I guess I'd be with you, my friend, if I needed someone. Had you come some other day, then it might not have been like this, but you see now I'm too much in love. Carve your number on my wall, and maybe you will get a call from me if I needed someone. So this is the idea too, where another song where it's like, hey, I found a new love, you know. I found a new love here. I'm with someone else right now. Other songs that are great on here, very underrated, is Wait. This is a John and Paul collaboration. This was actually from the Help sessions, which I can't believe that they left it unreleased. They needed a 14th song. It was toward the end of the session, so they dusted it off. They did some extra overdubs, different instrumentation on it, and finished it off. And it's just a really nice song too. I like it a lot. Well, Ringo had to come in here, right? Ringo needed his song, so this was the song from John, What Goes On. Country flavored song, tailored for him. John wrote it originally. It's an older song, and Paul and Ringo supposedly finished the middle 8 and contributed. That's how they all get a writer's credit on it. It works. It does. It's you know, like in the same way that Help's Act Naturally did, you know, the Chet Atkins cover. Here's another country song, but this time it's an original, and it does real well. Ringo does a good job on it. All right, the last song that I haven't talked about is Run for Your Life. I think it's a good album track. I'm fine with it. I just don't think it's one of John's best. I actually think that Johnny Rivers does a better take of it, believe it or not, which is kind of unheard of. Normally, you know, the original is the one that, you know, I like better, but I like it too. Don't get me wrong. I like it. A nice way to close the album. But Run for Your Life, listen to Johnny Rivers' version. It was a period there where a lot of his songs, they had like party sound effects over it, you know, women and you know, kind of dancing and stuff and having a good time. So that is my choice, why it's so good. I would encourage you to check it out. And like I said, what is your favorite Beatle album and why? And, you know, give me maybe some favorite songs on there. Okay? Well, thank you very much for watching my video. You have a good day, okay? All right, take care. Bye.